Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. On the gold chart, we continue to see further declines. This is pretty much in line with the idea that we could be in this wave 2 correction. So, I mean, not much changed since yesterday. I just want to give you another update as we're heading into the weekend, So I want to share with you another scenario as well that I thought about, but the white count here as it is on the chart is my preference. By the way, let me take out the yellow ABC. So the white count, obviously, as suggested yesterday, we have this 5-wave move to the upside. It's a pretty clear 5-wave move to the upside. So the preference would be that we're now in this wave 2. Okay, 5 waves up constitute a wave 1. The only thing is, and that's what's a bit annoying, and that's why I developed an alternative, which we want to talk about. The 5th wave was not really long enough to be too reliable, okay? I would have loved to see the 5th wave get to at least 2,231. Okay, I mean, it was close, you might say. Yeah, it did get to 2,226, but it sort of failed at the critical. So it didn't get to the target, to the first target. And yeah, I mean, the minimum expectation for a 5th wave is to break above the 3rd, right? But still, when it doesn't reach ideal levels, then I always get a bit, I'm thinking something different might be going on. So I will talk about that today. Also considering that in gold, oftentimes 5th waves are extended. I mean, this here is exactly the opposite. It's a little bit too short. So looking at this structure then, if we say, okay, we have 5 waves up, then yeah, this move down would be now the wave 2. That's totally fine. And we are probably then still in the A wave, to be honest, okay? Still in the A wave. And the A wave could form a 5-wave pattern to the downside, which is fine as well. That's sometimes what wave A's do. Okay, so the A wave could form 5 waves down. We have 1, a 2. I mean, this might be the 3, 4, and now maybe here wave 5 in a small ending diagonal pattern. Just for anybody who would like to understand the microstructure, I think this would be a reasonable assumption. Bear in mind that microstructures are not so reliable. Wave 4 could even sit here. That like a running flat structure, and wave 5 is in the making now. Maybe one more low, and then we have wave A completed. Then we could get this B wave in place and the C wave down. Main support area is defined between $2,043 and $2,135, with additional support at 2,108 and 2,081. And this is basically what we've got for the wave 2. Only a break below 2,043 would suggest that something more bearish is going on. Now, if we then take a look at the alternative perspective, I would have to say, okay, yeah, we have 3 waves up into the March high there, the early March high, 8th of March at around $2,204. Yeah, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5. Let me just change the wave degree and color, and then I will tell you about the alternative. The thing is, obviously, as I said, this move up was a little bit short. So it's possible that wave 4 is actually still in the making, and wave 5 is still due to happen a little later. So would that change my overall scenario? No. Okay, might just delay the beginning of wave 2. And in both scenarios, we're basically bullish. The thing here is that the wave 4 is then likely still in the making, and the other thing, or the other reason why I'm thinking about it, is this move up here isn't clearly a 5-wave move. So it looks more like a 3-wave move. So it would add up, in terms of maybe the move down was just an A wave. It actually bottomed here. A wave. This was a high B wave. We're now coming down in wave C. So instead of forming an A wave, this is already a wave C. And we would then start the move up in wave 5 a little later. And also wave 1 would finish a little later. So I think, you should know about this scenario. In both scenarios, I think here we are close to a local low at least, either in wave A in white or in wave C in yellow. What we can also do, based on this structure, take the length of the A wave and we go to the high of the B wave. And in terms of possible targets, I mean, it reacted now to the 1.236 extension. Next level would be 2,152. And then possibly the 1.618 extension at 2,139. So this is sort of an area where I would, in the yellow count, expect a bounce. Maybe it's bottomed already and we're now moving up in one more high, wave 5. And then sort of, yeah, it should get above 2,231 and then we have our wave 5. Okay, so if we go up now, I would not call that a low in wave 2. It would be the low in wave 4. These are the two scenarios I'm tracking, both bullish. How can we distinguish between the two? I would say a break below 2,139 would make it less likely that it's the C wave in yellow, just because it would get a little bit too long for the C wave, but it would not be invalidated. But then yeah, I'm fairly neutral between the two, I have to say. Fairly neutral between the two. If you ask me, I think it looks better with this as a high B wave, even though I'd like it to be in the wave 2 now, because that would be more bullish, but, you know, it would be, because then the next move up would be a third wave. But I'm thinking often the things don't move, you know, in an obvious way. The most obvious, what you would find most Elliott wave analysts count probably is a 5-wave move up here. But I'm thinking, is it maybe just a high B wave and we get one more high? I find that quite likely. You know, you need to start to think about the less obvious pathways. They often unfold, and it's also quite likely, especially counting the microstructures, because a lot of Elliott wave analysts don't do that. If you look into the micro, I mean, this looks really like a 3-wave move up, so it could be that high B wave. So I might slightly prefer yellow, you know, I might slightly prefer yellow. So we'll see how that, we'll probably know more next week. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, then feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find a link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.